Hello and welcome to EDUGREAT. Today we uncover the complete story of the Olympic Games, from their birth in ancient Greece to their revival in the modern era, the evolution of sports and traditions, unforgettable moments, major controversies, and how the Olympics continue to unite the world today. So stay with us till the end to explore it all. What are the Olympics? The Olympic Games, often simply called the Olympics, are the biggest international sporting event in the entire world, held every 2 years. They celebrate the best of humanity in sports and competition, and because of the scale of the event, they are considered by many to be the most important and impactful event in the entire world, bringing together billions of people from across the globe who either cheer for their home countries or simply marvel at the sheer athleticism displayed by the participants. Now, there is actually both a summer and a winter Olympics, with each being celebrated in alternating order every 2 years, ancient Olympic Games, to really understand. The Olympics, though, we need to go way back in history to the very first Olympic Games. These were held in Olympia, a city in ancient Greece, and served as a religious festival in honor of Zeus, the king of the gods in Greek mythology. The very first recorded Olympics took place in 776 BC, and only one event was held, a foot race called the Stadion, which was 192 meters long, roughly the length of 2 American football fields. Over time, though, more events were added, including wrestling, boxing, chariot racing, and a particularly brutal full contact sport called pankration, which combined elements of boxing, wrestling, and martial arts. Now only free Greek men were allowed to compete, and not only that, but women weren't even allowed to watch. However, despite these limitations, the Olympics were still an important event, as they gave the city-states of Greece a chance to showcase their strength and pride, and also provided a rare moment of peace among these often warring states, decline and end. Unfortunately, though, as the Roman Empire rose in power, Greek traditions began to fall out of favor and influence. And in 393 AD, Roman Emperor Theodosius I banned the Olympic Games, as he saw them as nothing more than pagan rituals. With that, the Olympic Games disappeared for 15 centuries, which is an incredibly long time. Modern Olympic revival. Now, in 1896, a French educator named Pierre de Coubertin was inspired to revive the Olympic Games. He wanted to use sport to promote peace, education, and friendship among nations. His dream was to create a worldwide festival that would bring people together every 4 years, strengthening bonds and breaking down barriers. With that, the first modern Olympics were held in Athens, Greece in 1896. 14 countries participated, and there were 43 events across 9 different sports. These included track and field, gymnastics, swimming, weightlifting, cycling, shooting, fencing, wrestling, and boxing. It was a huge success, and by the year 1900, the Olympics had grown to include 24 nations, growth of the modern Olympics. By the 1920s, the Olympics were well established, and winter sports were added to the mix, holding the first ever Winter Olympics in Chamonix, France in 1924, and women were finally allowed to participate in track and field events in 1928, and in 1960, the Rome Olympics were the first to be televised. As the decades went on, the Summer Olympics continued to grow, and by the year 2000, new sports were added such as skateboarding, surfing, and breakdancing. The official symbol of the Olympics is 5 rings. These represent the union of 5 different continents, and the idea that through sport, people from all over the world can come together in peace and harmony. Paralympics. Now, if you're not familiar, the Paralympics are a major international multi-sport event that takes place after the Olympic Games. It gives athletes with disabilities the chance to compete and be recognized for their achievements, just like able-bodied athletes. The first official Paralympics were held in Rome in 1960, and since then, they've grown to become one of the world's most inspiring sporting events. Then we also have the Youth Olympics as well, which were launched in 2010. These games are designed to inspire young athletes around the world and give them a chance to experience the Olympic spirit. Just like the Summer and Winter Olympics, the Youth Olympics are also held every 2 years, but for athletes under the age of 18. Now, throughout their long history, the Olympics have been controversial. For example, in 1980, the Moscow Olympics were boycotted by the United States and several other nations in protest of the Soviet Union's invasion of Afghanistan. And 4 years later, the Los Angeles Olympics were boycotted by the Soviet Union and its allies in response to the US boycott of the Moscow Games. In recent times, the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi, Russia, were also highly controversial due to Russia's anti-gay laws and its treatment of gay and lesbian citizens. Many activists called for a boycott of the Games, but Russia's President Vladimir Putin dismissed these calls as the Olympics went ahead as planned. Another major issue that has plagued the Olympics is doping. Now, this is when athletes use banned substances or methods to enhance their performance. One of the most famous cases of Olympic doping was in 2012 when cyclist Lance Armstrong was stripped of his 7 Tour de France titles after it was found that he had used performance-enhancing drugs. In 2015, Russia was also banned from certain Olympic events for its involvement in a state-sponsored doping program. Sadly, the Olympics have also been the target of terrorism. In 1972, 8 members of a Palestinian group known as Black September attacked the Israeli team at the Munich Olympics, killing 11 Israeli athletes and 1 German police officer. This tragic event led to increased security measures at future Olympic Games. Now, another challenge that host cities face is that they have to spend a lot of money on the Olympics. This includes costs like building new stadiums and Olympic villages, as well as providing security and accommodation for the thousands of athletes and spectators who attend. For example, the 2016 Rio de Janeiro Olympics cost an estimated $7.7 billion to host, which put a significant financial burden on the city. Despite these challenges, though, the Olympics continue to be one of the most important and impactful events in the world. They provide a platform for countries to showcase their culture and values, such as during the 1968 Mexico City Olympics, when American athletes Tommy Smith and John Carlos raised their fists in a black power salute during the medal ceremony to protest against racial inequality in the United States. The Olympics have also helped to promote gender equality, such as when the first woman won an Olympic gold medal in 1900, and when women's rights activist Alice Coachman became the first African-American woman to win an Olympic gold medal in 1948. The Olympics are often seen as a measure of a country's soft power, which is the ability to influence others through cultural and diplomatic means rather than military force. For example, the 2008 Beijing Olympics were seen as a chance for China to show the world its economic and technological progress. Today, the Olympics are celebrated all over the world and are watched by billions of people. Over 200 nations participate in the Games, and they take place in both summer and winter, alternating every 2 years. The Summer Olympics typically take place in July and August and feature sports such as swimming, track and field, gymnastics, and basketball. The Winter Olympics, on the other hand, take place in February and March and feature sports such as skiing, snowboarding, ice hockey, and figure skating. The duration of the Games varies, but they typically last between 10 to 14 days. The 2020 Tokyo Summer Olympics, for example, took place from July to August and featured 339 events across 50 sports. In recent years, the International Olympic Committee has focused on making the Games more sustainable, inclusive, and technology-driven. This includes measures such as reducing waste, promoting gender equality, and using technology to enhance the fan experience. For example, the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea used mobile apps to help spectators navigate the venues and buy tickets, while the 2020 Tokyo Olympics featured virtual reality technology that allowed fans to experience the Games in a more immersive way. Let's talk about what the future of the Olympics could be. As the world changes and evolves, so too will the Olympics. In the future, we may see more modern sports such as esports and extreme sports added to the games. There are already discussions taking place about the potential for esports to become an official Olympic sport in the 2022 Asian Games. Esports will be featured as a medal event. Extreme sports such as skateboarding, surfing, and rock climbing have already been added to the Summer Olympics, and it is likely that even more extreme sports will be added in the future. In addition to new sports, we may also see more eco-friendly stadiums and technology-driven experiences at future Olympic Games. Sustainability is becoming an increasingly important issue in the world, and the Olympic Games are no exception. Many of the venues for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics were built with sustainability in mind, and they were designed to be dismantled or converted into other uses after the Games. Perhaps most importantly, the future of the Olympics is likely to be more inclusive than ever before. The Olympic motto is Citius, Altius, Fortius, which means faster, higher, stronger, and that applies not just to the athletes but to the games themselves as they continue to adapt and evolve to reflect the changing world around them. Gender equality is a particular focus for future games, with a growing number of transgender athletes participating. The Olympics have also been a platform for refugees to compete under the Olympic flag and to raise awareness of their plight. In conclusion, the Olympic Games are truly a remarkable event that brings together people from all over the world to celebrate unity, human achievement, and global culture. From their ancient origins in Greece to the modern-day spectacle we know today, the Olympics have overcome countless challenges to become the largest peaceful gathering on Earth. So there you have it, a brief history of the Olympic Games. Do you love watching the Olympics? Which country do you think performs the best? Let us know your thoughts. Enjoyed this video? There's a lot more waiting for you on EDUGREAT. Just click subscribe and stay inspired. Thanks for watching.